everybody. Welcome. This is a special edition of the Posted Up with Chris Haynes podcast, Skype edition. Collin, I've never done it like this. Well, first, let me introduce my guest. This is Cleveland Cavaliers young guard star, Collin Sexton, man. Was having a phenomenal season, averaging 20 points a game this year for the Cavs, like really doing big things for that team this year. Collin, this is unique circumstances for all of us right now.
Right.
Like, how are you dealing with just this quarantine situation? Can you explain what you're going through over there right now?
Right now, I'm just pretty much just going day by day, and I'm just trying to stay as fit as possible and stay in shape, and just by like getting on the bike here and there and just stretching, just because like you never know, it could be 2 weeks, it could be a month, and you just gotta be ready whenever they say things are calmed down.
So where are you at right now?
I'm in Atlanta right now.
Okay, so you were
Yep.
you were able to leave. So I take it you left last week around that Monday when they let players go.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So have you been quarantined, or are you been able to get out a little bit?
I've been quarantined and just pretty much just in the house. I know when I was in Cleveland, we had to make sure we was quarantined for like 4 or 5 days because we had just played the Jazz and they wanted to make sure we was healthy and we weren't sick or anything like that. So after those 5 days, I was just like, y'all got to let me know if I'm able to go home.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. So
So you don't really want to stay. Hey, no offense to Cleveland, but you wasn't trying to stay there not too long. With the season
especially just being by myself as well. But I definitely would go back and just be with my team here and there. Like if we have like little workouts and stuff like that, because we have like little hour slots they gave us, and we'll just figure it out from there.
So Collin, take me back, man. I want to get to your season that you were having, but take me back to when you found out about what the Jazz were going through and Rudy Gobert when he tested positive for the coronavirus. What was going through your head? Because as you mentioned, you had played them as well.
All of us was pretty much nervous just because like we just had played them and you never know like who he could have gave it to or the situation like that. So when it was like that, we all just had to make sure we was very cautious and who we were around and things like that.
How has it been like? How has it been like just as a player, just knowing that I know you want to be out there on the court, man. You're a competitor,
Right.
and just being isolated like this. What has this been like for you?
It's tough. It's really tough just because like we play the game to compete. We play the game because we love the game, and when someone takes that away from you, just like what can you do? You've been playing for like 20 years.
Collin, I know you, man. You're a competitor, man. I know how you get down and the preparation you put in your craft. I imagine, man, that's tough just being out, not being able to play. Like how is it? How are you feeling the effects of that?
It's tough. It's really tough just because we've been playing the game since we was 3-4 years old. And when someone takes the game that you love away from you for how long, it's just on a standstill. It's kind of tough. We all didn't imagine that was our last game that we'll play of the season or play for a while. So it's kind of difficult just because we all like to compete. We all like to win. We all like to just go out there and just play with that fire. And when someone takes that, like now you're trying to figure out what can I do at home.
Yeah. No, what can you? Okay, so I know you probably got some ways. Take me through your daily regimen in LA at this home. Are you able to hit a basketball court up?
No, everything is closed.
Damn.
You gotta think everything's closed and everybody's just trying to be cautious because right now, this virus is crazy and no one really knows exactly how long things will be like this. And that's the most scary part.
So you're just lifting weights and staying in shape and,
Yeah.
can you run? You have a bike in the house or anything like that?
Yeah, just go outside, regular bike, just biking a little bit, and just a lot of like stretching and weights and stuff like that. So it's difficult right now.
Are you preparing, Collin? I know some people are optimistic that the season will come back. Some just it doesn't look like it. Seems like this thing just keep getting rampant.
Right.
What are your feelings about if you think the season will come back, and if so, when?
I'm not really sure about that. Just because like it's day to day, and it could get worse or it can get better. So you just really don't know right now. And with things how they are right now, people are more nervous and afraid to like continue, and so that we don't know. We don't know. It could
Mm-hmm.
be like 2 weeks. It could be a month, and that's the most scary thing right there.
Collin, for me, like, reporting, I still have to work, and that's why I appreciate you for taking the time with me. I still have to work and, come up with story ideas and do shows. But what's been the difficult thing for me is knowing, well, like if I get word of a player, did test positive for corona, it's difficult for me because I'm like, do I put that out there? Because this is it's not like a ankle injury. I report Collin Sexton has an ankle injury out 3 games, opposed to doing it, putting this out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is the players or you? What is your point of view on just how this thing has been covered? We'll say by us and putting these things out there.
I would say just like when you guys put it out there, it's just like shocking, just because like how close everyone is to these players, and it's crazy just because like the NBA it's a big family, and when one person gets it, we all pretty much feel it. So that's it.
I would say so. Let's get to the season you were having, man. Like, first of all, I was taken back a little bit when you weren't included initially on the the Rising Stars game. How did you how did you process that? I want to say, you were the third leading scorer, on that. Was it Luka, Trey? I want to say maybe it's you. Am I missing somebody?
I think so. I think it's me and Shay. I think it's me and Shay.
Okay,
right
Shay.
there.
Yeah. What was going through your mind initially when you saw that first list?
It was tough just because I knew I deserved to be on that list. I knew my hard work that I put in. I knew that I felt like my game spoke for itself, and I couldn't control being on the list or whatnot, but I could control like just continue to show and prove, continue to have that fire and use that as fuel and motivation to show people why I deserve to be on that list.
So when there was an injury, I can't remember off the top of my head right now. It was an injury. Then they asked you to come on. Was there any reluctance at that point to be like, man, nah, man, y'all had me off the first one, man. Nah, man, I'm gonna do something else.
Yeah, at first a little bit, but I realized it was bigger than me. It was more about the team, the organization, and just to have someone there to represent it. That was big, and I knew me saying no would hurt more than just myself. So I knew that my teammates, they wanted me to be there, and my coaching staff and the organization wanted me to be there, and they knew I deserved to be there. So they was like, hey, it's your opportunity to just go out there and have fun and do your thing. That's it.
Well, you went through, you had a breakout season. I think things started for you slowly over there. People got to warm up to how you play and how you do things. Then you went through a coaching change, abrupt coaching change. Right. What was that like for you? Was that unexpected? Did you see it coming?
Oh, it was very unexpected because remember we was just on All-Star break, and I just talked to Coach like 2 days before, and he was talking about like pretty much just finishing the season strong when we get back from break. And when we got back, things were like, dang, he's gone. So it was tough just because like it's been my 4th coach in 2 years. So when it's like that, you don't know what's going to happen. But right now we got Coach JB, and he's been amazing for us.
I have to ask you, Collin, because you're here, man. I have to ask you. A lot was made of, Coach's comments. He's saying you guys play like thugs, and did that really have did that really have a significant weight on the team as far as like just some resentment people couldn't like kind of forget about, how you said that in those contexts?
I wouldn't say so, just because we all forgive them. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone says things that they could take back or says things that what they meant. So we all forgave them, and we just moved on. We didn't think about it too much. And hey, he's our coach, so we was behind him 100%.
What has it been like with Coach Bickerstaff right there? What's been the difference in him?
I'll probably say just his energy and just pretty much how he understands the game, and how he's been head coach before, he's been assistant, he's been in the league, and his dad has coached, so he's been around the game for a long time, and you can tell like he knows how the NBA team should operate and different things like that. So it's really cool to have him because he's a player's coach, and
No doubt.
you can tell, yeah.
So we don't know when this season is going to come back. Adam Silver is very adamant. He wants to get this thing resumed at some point. Now, we don't know how long that's going to take. But, Collin, I have to ask you, as a team that, you're not in playoff contention, what if the league did come back and say, hey, we're coming back, but we have to start with the playoff team because the season is just so far ahead. Yeah. How would you feel about your season just ending that way? Or would you want to still get some regular season games under the belt?
I would hate it just because we have 17 games left, and we're just trying to understand each other. And I don't know how many games with Coach Biggerstaff, and we just got a new coach, so we're just trying to understand him. And it's tough. We have 17 games left, and we wanted to finish on a good note. We weren't in contention for the playoffs or whatnot, but as long as you finish on a good note and let this roll over to next season, that's all that we was looking forward to.
And there's also talks about possibly the league might even starting in December and finishing as late as July. What do you think about that concept?
I would say it would just be tough just because you got to think like vacation. You think about vacation, you think about summer, you think about June, July. That's when the good weather. But either way, we'll be ready to go because we all are competitors. We all want to compete, and wherever they say play, we're gonna be ready, and that's what I like about the NBA.
What have you been able to have any contact with any teammates? I know team camaraderie and building chemistry is a lot what happens off the court, and you guys can't do that. So what have you been able to do in that place?
Just pretty much just having group phone calls and FaceTimes and just pretty much just talking to each other and getting a good laugh. Because you got to think, we're at the gym, in the locker room, something's going to be funny, everybody's going to be just having a good time. And you can tell that family aspect away from the court is big right now. So.
No doubt. Now, I got the last couple questions. I'll let you out of here, Collin. When the Brooklyn Nets, they announced not too long ago, they had 4 guys that test positive as well. You guys didn't play Brooklyn recently, but I think you guys played the Bulls, and the Bulls last game, I think the Bulls last game was against Brooklyn. Like, once you guys got tested, was there any fear like, damn, maybe I should get tested again because it just keeps going.
This things keep going, and you never know like who gave it to who. That's the one scary thing about it is you don't know. You never know. Like maybe if you did have it, could you get it again or stuff like that? You never know, and it's kind of tough right now just because everybody's in isolation. Everybody is apart from each other, and it's kind of tough. So you just gotta move by day and hope things get better because right now it's kind of tough.
And you made a great point right there, Collin, when you said nobody really knows who gave it to who. So for a while there, well, even still today, Rudy Gobert has been the one that everybody pokes at and say he gave it to this person. He started this whole epidemic.
Right.
And we really don't know. And that's a good point to make right there, what you said. But I want to say this, Collin, man. I'm looking rough, man. I'm in isolation. It's driving me crazy. I'm in these walls all day. It's good, wife giving me chores all around the house, Collin. So I'm struggling, brother. I'm struggling. I got my haircut. I ain't groomed, but I noticed you really groomed, man. How you able to stay groomed, man? You got, everything's still fresh right now. What's going on, man? You got to live in.
Nah, I'm be bored. My girlfriend, she's just been trying to mess with my hair while I'm here, so it's crazy. It's crazy.
Man, look, at a time like this, man, it's a real crucial and sensitive time for everybody, man, and I know privacy and the unknown, this right now is sacred, and I really appreciate you letting us in just for a little bit, man. And you didn't have to do this.
Sure,
man.
for sure.
This means a lot, man.
You're my guy.
No, I appreciate this, Collin, man. You know, I already know anything you need from me, let me know. But thank you, man. Stay safe. You know, my best wishes to you and the family, man, and hope to see you real soon, my guy.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Collin. Appreciate you, fam.
All right, man.